the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
Hello.
So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because
What's up, Nick?
dripping lights paint the skies.
Alright, let's make sure I got everything in there. Oh yeah? I don't know, man. Novel did pretty good. Plus, we have Kellen stream some off-season races, so I don't know. I don't watch much. I just watch it for whenever my friend Slurp is racing. He's there. That's like the only time I watch it, because just see how he does. Who knows? If by the end of the year, me and him might do a nation together. So, see if he's still around. All right. Now let's swap over. Yeah, I think he's just trying to fill dead space. I notice that where I do music, he just kind of he's trying to talk to you guys all about it. So that's like the difference. But yeah, no, I just play music. It's easier than I don't have to talk, and because I was doing it at the beginning, and fuck, after my voice is just gone because I don't normally talk this much. So yeah, my voice would just be gone after every race, or it'd be like hurting, and I'd just be like, fuck it, I'll put on music. So yeah. First, I'm gonna show the qualifying. This is your West, guys. I do believe. Yes, this is the West. So only top 10 out of each thing is going to be moving on to a heat race. So Oliver, Senko, DJ, PG7, and then Shampoo, Sparky, Snow, and Bones are not going to be making it. You see everyone else. Ooh, there's a Yamaha. Oh, yeah, I remember Waffle Slayer. Be completely... Hold on. Where's our boy Ken's? I don't see Ken's here. That will, I guess, change up the... Maybe he didn't get all of the listen. Nope. So it looks like no Kens. So that means no chance of wrapping up the title. Murda's here, so he has a chance to close it in along with Zach. Unless Kens is just under a different name, but he's not HW and nope. So yeah, I guess no Kens. Crazy work. But then we go over to the East Coast. Let me click it one more time just to be safe. We obviously have Brad, Ethan, Nicholas, Liposek, Cloud, M. Callens, Leo, Keelan, No Name. Heck yeah, that's going to be fun to call. And Ollie Roy. So all these guys, some Mystery, Mukai, Potter, Jester, Herfy, J Money, Nova, Dino, Rodrigo, and Drippy don't go in. Head over to this side. You kind of see all the names as we scroll down, but Victor, MF, Venet, K, Childers, Tricky, Bruce, Trini Clem, Jonas, and Biggie are the ones that are not making it. Kens isn't racing. Yeah, I saw that. I figured. So, I mean, he's not going to lose the points because he's 39 ahead. You've probably seen it scrolling across. So, he's not going to lose that, being 39 ahead. But Murda has a chance to, if he wins it, like he got second last week, that it would bring him down to 14 points back, which. So, what you watching? I was going to watch West. But then since there's no Kens, I'll probably end up watching East because I know I have more skins for East Coast. So, but then we go to 450s. Whenever Ryan's done making his stuff. But let's see, Cam, Soft Heat 1, Boy, Jake, JS7, Chase, Miles, Linz, got 13th, I do believe, maybe 14th. If I didn't, I'll probably have it for that. I'll look. If you DM'd it to me, I have it. If you sent it in the one in Ariel, I don't have it yet, but I'll probably have it for like the mains and shit. I see all them Dizzle 14th right there. There you go. There's Goat. See if he can make it through the heat again. And then TJ right behind Cam, Neon, and then we have Aiden, Reed, Callum, Davey, Ashford, Troy, Dark, Leo, Peter Larker, Moto, Chromesy, R2 only, Tanner, Meeks, Dios, Gurn, Danny, and Laurent. And the first people to not make it. Ooh. You barely made it last week. Alright, so let me. So everyone who's normally here, just these kind of music that isn't copyrighted for the beginning of the stream, and then we'll play some bangers later that we, don't gotta worry about copyright because I just edit out. I'll probably download it anyways. Like, I won't have it for the I won't have it for the heat races, but I could have it for the LCQs or the mains. So yeah, we're gonna be watching the East Heat. Alright, cool. Alright, K-Mac, now I'll have your stuff downloaded for the mains. Fuck.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight,
Yeah, no problem.
chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me
We might get a ad during this heat, because it's not letting me play one right now since the stream just started. But that might be it. I don't know.
make it last forever.
I guess I could get to that. I mean, for those that were curious if Ken's did race and he won. Damn, so the undefeated streak is gone just because he didn't show up. Probably real life racing, but yeah, if he won tonight and Murda got 8th or worse, then Ken's would have wrapped up the title. If he was racing. I don't know. The East Heat is ready. There. Oh yeah, dude, it's, I mean, we're gonna be watching some duty racing right now, so whenever they start this, I'm gonna actually put up that 1-minute ad, which you might just miss the start. Ooh, thank you, Bubble Boy. All right. Oh, that ain't what it's supposed to be on. Guess we'll just put that up. Change for that. Oh, I should probably make you visible, shouldn't I? Duh. All right. Looking like first time streaming here, but getting ready to drop here for the 250 East heat. Did not make an overlay, as you can see. Oh, we're on the outside this time. See how they get along. You see Froxy closer to the outside. Brad all the way on the inside trying to get a jump. But Leo taking the reins out of all of them. And Liposek actually squeaking up the inside. It gets the early lead. Oh, his internet is not being friendly with him. At least not with me. They're cooperating. But, oh, K9's, or K9's, I don't know how to pronounce his name. But Keelan and Leo trying to jump right on by him. Here we see KFC, one of your 3 championship contenders here. First one, oh, what we were thinking here, these 250 guys struggling with that triple, and it's going to be Liposek still leading here early. We'll see how they get through the whoops here and then get that second Supercross triple. These triples are really big for these 250 riders. We got to look out front. Liposek, does he go for it? Does he get it? No, he cases. What about Leo? He clears it good. KSC's going to clear it. Dr. Gio sending it, cases it. And everybody having a double or case and barely making it. So, like we were talking about, or like I'm talking about now, it's going to be very sketchy for these 250 riders. Anybody that watched Reproduct's video, you saw him talking about even on the flat version, it was going to be hard. Ooh, Dennis did jump start. We'll see if they do get a restart for him. We are almost a full lap in. I'm going to see if he's messaged Ryan in time. And he did, so now we're going to get that restart. It looks like not what he wanted to see, but what Brad and all the others did. So got a little glimpse of how the racing is going to be. It's all going to be who can clear the triples the most, I think, is going to be the one to win this thing. And, you know, it's going to be difficult. You saw KFC get it kind of clean. Some other riders, like cased it. So it is going to be really sketchy for these guys. And I think we are good to start it again. For anyone who is curious how weird this game can be, Dennis probably got that jump start because he didn't go onto the track while we were in practice. So to show you how weird and dumb this game can be sometimes, if you don't go to the track whenever we're in this little practice part right here, you will get jump started, or you have a very good chance of getting jump started if you don't. That is also a warning for anyone that's doing some other small races. Whenever they're in this, just go to the track once. Then you can return the pits and sit there for the rest of the time and be just fine. Also, I'm sure you guys can notice I do sound sick. I don't feel sick. It's just a stuffy nose. So that's going to be kind of hard for commentating. Turning into a mouth breather here. See if we get this thing started. All right, well, I guess we'll just take a look at this because I don't know. So, I know at least for 450s, they're tripling here and then going triple and then double to the inside or outside. Outside, you're going to go triple. Inside, you're going to go double and then alternate lines. So then you're going to go triple again. If going here, you're going to go triple, step over, and then triple into the corner. Or if you're doing the triple in, you're going to go triple again, quad, double into the corner, Supercross triple, over the finish line. Kind of a little single here. Maybe some quads from the 450 guys, but most guys are going to go on, off, triple, through the whoops, hit that, and then you got a couple switchbacks into an on, off, double, and then 2 singles, and that is your whole track. Pretty simple. Pretty easy to follow along, but we got Brad here, your SMX defending champ, and your red plate holder for the East Coast. Gate is down. It looks like Leo getting another great jump. Absolutely moving from the inside. He's got those things figured out, but Ethan squeaks up the inside from him, takes the whole shot away, and he will be leading as he almost goes over the bars here. Cases, and Leo is into the lead. Liposek, another great start, gets bounced into KJL, somehow survives. But P1 for Leo, P2 for Liposek, 3 for, Zaire, Nicholas, KSC, Froxy, not able to get the off. What a move from KSC going off the track. Love to see it. HW did get a 1-round suspension for it, for doing something similar, but not as harsh. Or, even worse than what KSC did there. But here we go. We get the on-off triple. They got to get a good run through the whoops here. Through the whoops they all go. Looks like Leo got a decent one. Is he going to send it? Straight airs it. Clears it. Oh, Leo gets it. Sorry, it was Liposek up in the lead. Zaire cases it in KSC into P3. So Liposek leading once again. So probably frustrated with that restart. But one of the strongest. KSC goes over the berm and into Dr. Gio, who's trying to go around the Supercross triple. Oh, and Ollie Roy cuts back on WJ, gets into him. And then we see Brad here getting the on-off just barely as Ollie Roy closes the door on him. Around the outside, these guys go just to get the drive to stay on the triple. It's a little higher on that right side for him. Brad gets that Ollie Roy case. And there goes Brad. I think that is into P9 now with WJ right behind him. As KFC and KJL get into each other there, as down they go. So KFC either right on the bubble or just on the outside looking in now with Ollie Roy and KJL right behind him onto the outside. They go to get the Supercross triple. WJ cases, and he went down to KJL with him. Does Ollie Roy, he's going to case the not the Supercross, just the finish line. And we'll see what all these guys can do is Nicholas. You got KFC. Nicholas just takes out KFC just like that. And that was only for P10. And through the whoops, all these guys having troubles. None of them are going to get the Supercross triple. But Dr. Gio sends it, lands on top, bounces as high as he can. And we got Eli almost landing on KFC. Gets into him. KFC goes down coming into all of them. So now what we see is he's P2 in the championship with his teammate of Brad and his championship rival Froxy up ahead of him in P4 and P6. As Froxy make a mistake of his own, and there goes Brad on by him. So Froxy, one of the 3 Huskies here. Zaire up ahead is the second one, and then there's a third one of Theo. But battling for the lead, it is Leo and Liposek. These two getting good starts in both of them, including with that restart. So we'll see what Liposek can do. If he gets a drive to the loops, Leo gets one, goes for it, even has a chance to a little scrub there. So does Liposek. They get it cleanly. Here comes Zaire. He's getting it cleanly as well in that P3 spot. So Leo still leading on the switchbacks here. Cutting over the ruts down to the inside to get the step on off. Almost stepped over, but still gets it cleanly on the step off. Then around the outside, they don't have the speed to go inside and still get the triple here, so they got to go outside. Leo, tiny case, but is able to land just enough sideways to help him out. Liposek lagging his ass off here in P2, and down the inside he goes, gets a double. Has to go double throughout the entire rhythm section. Goes for the step over. Could not get the triple. Leo goes step on, off, double to the middle rut outside for Liposek. Do they both get it cleanly? They do. And Liposek is going to lead the lap here over Leo. And we see Brad right on the back of Zaire, and he's bringing Froxy with them just a little bit behind. Getting over there. Going around the outside. Through the whoops they go. Can he get the triple? He does. Looks like getting clean. Even scrubbing here. Looks like he got a stock number on there. I think Brad maybe didn't get any gear and he has to run the stock one. I don't know. Maybe they just gave him a gear and he's just running a stock number on it instead of a custom number. So Brad catching up to Leo and Liposek as they battle. Liposek still leading. Gets hits a tough block. Has to go double. This is Froxy getting past Zaire. He's going to be able to triple and then double down the inside. Get the double into this rhythm. Goes for the triple. Gets it cleanly. Goes for the triple on, off, and then they're going to double into the corner here. Looks like Leo, tiny mistake, cases a Supercross triple. As both of these two get it. So a minute remaining. See if Liposek can hold on here. With Leo, Brad, and Froxy right behind him. Going for the on-off. Oh, Froxy mistake. Entering loop. See if he has the speed. Brad still sends it. He's going to case big time. And then Froxy cases a little less. But Brad keeping it straight. Helped him stay up there. As Leo mistake in the corner. Tucks front end. Here comes Brad down the inside. Lets him have the outside. Froxy moves him out the way. Takes the line away 2 for 1. Both of them get him. Oh, and Froxy having too much speed. Gets in the back of Brad. But he's able to stay up there on that CBR Husqvarna machine. Getting the scrub to go triple into this rhythm section. Then they see Liposek just up ahead. 30 seconds. Time is not going to expire before they cross the finish line here. But Liposek has a 30-second lead. Looks like he was struggling towards the end of the rhythm. Might have just been this jump. He gets the Supercross triple clean. We'll see if these two do. And they do, so P1 and P3 in points right here. Looks like Brad had some cuts as KFC is still sitting down in P10, who is P2 in points right now. So keep an eye on this battle as we are. Brad getting a little squirrely through the loops. So he still send the triple. He does. Froxy goes for it. Gets it. And then here they go. You see the points on the bottom of your screen. Froxy 13 back. KFC 4 back with Brad leading. So Froxy trying to make the move. Froxy was your early points leader in the championship after round 1. He has lost it and lost some ground afterwards. But now he is looking to show that he can fight back and he can beat Brad in this one heat race with them closing in on a Liposek. Gets the double clean. Can he get the triple? Both kind of case it. Does he get the triple on? Sends it. Barely makes it. But they are closing in on Liposek. So here comes Froxy down the inside. He is trying to pass Brad. Does not have him on cuts anymore as he fell too far back. Brad has a second of cuts. Froxy has none as it looking like. So Froxy has to get closer to beat him. Get that one extra position. This is all for pride, really, in the heat race finishing. Kind of got a bad bounce at the end of the whoops. Cases the Supercross triple. So we'll see if Liposek can hold on here. As getting the step up. And then gets it off. But Brad is closing in quickly. He's got that extra second of cuts. So he has to pass him and beat him by a second with a section to go. Liposek almost over the bars. Brad scrubbing in the rhythm section. Looking to follow him through here. Gets the double. Can he get the triple? He kind of cased the double. Kind of cased the triple. Does he get the triple on? He does, but Liposek gets cleanly. Who gets the Supercross triple? Outside middle rut for Brad. Over the Supercross triple. He gets it clean. Down the inside. And Liposek is going to win the East heat with Brad getting P2. Froxy P3. But we are going to go back to KFC, who is in P9 with Eli in P10. Looks like he got him while we were watching that battle for the lead. So KFC is going to somehow squeak his way into the main event for this East-West shootout. So he's going to barely get by getting P9 in this heat race. Does he get the Supercross triple cleanly? He does through the last turn, and he does get a P9 just barely after being outside looking in the whole race. So KFC just barely squeaks in, getting a P9. He'll have an 18th gate pick. Ethan and Dr. G are battling here. Both of them going to the LCQ. And you got Keelan, Ollie Roy, and then you're going to have Theo cross line here, the other Husqvarna rider on that Aero racewear. So, got a whole bunch of people in here. Did anybody get jump started? Nope. You good to go. Alrighty. Oh, why did I close that? Alright. Well, it's 250 LCQ time. The first time we're watching one. That's because there's so many heavy hitters in this one. See if they make it out. Only 4 can get out of here. We got HW, F Cancer, which is Nico, Murda, Redo, a bunch of people we've seen in the mains. See if they can get it done. Murda with an amazing jump from the middle. We'll see if he gets pinched off by Ethan. Luckily, he had a tough block, so it slowed him down. And Ethan is going to get the whole shot, along with Murda right behind him. WJ, then we have Keelan. Down the inside goes Murda into the lead. He goes, gets the double, and Murda is leading this thing. Try and help his title fights. He is 39 down as he gets into a WJ as he goes down, but like I was saying, Murda is 39 down, but with Ken's not racing this week, he has a good chance of clawing it back to at maximum 14 points down if he gets the win. So I gotta wait and see if he gets it done. He's got Ethan behind him, Redo, and then Kanan's with WJ and Dr. Gio, who has made many mains. You know, he has an infamous one of not making main because he ran out of gas on the second to last lap at Daytona. As WJ is casing that Supercross triple, he's got Nico right behind him. And then we got Jam. Looks like Dr. Gio also cased, but it looks like Ethan is putting some pressure on Murda here. So they both go outside to get the drive, to get the double into this rhythm, or triple, actually. Is it? Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. Well, oh, I know why it's messed up, because I didn't update the 251 because I normally don't do 250s. That's why it's messed up. But here, let me get this easily for you guys. There you go. Now it'll look more correct. This is a 250 LCQ, but now at least looks a little bit better. This looks like Kanan's goes off the track before the finish. And then we see HW for the first time in P5. Oh, gets held up by Jam, and has to check up as RP is going to go right on by him. Gotta wait and see. HW, P5. Oh, Kanan's cases, Jam cases, and through goes HW. So see how far up he could climb. He is a little bit out of this championship since he did get that suspension for the East-West shootout last time in Birmingham that unfortunately we did not get to stream. So we'll see as Dr. Gio is just up ahead of him in P6. Then he got Nico. Then we're going to go up to our final chance spot of Redo and WJ in that P4 spot. And then we got Nico just behind him trying to move on in here. He's been in many mains. We'll see if he can get into this one. As now WJ is going after Redo for that P2 spot, as now Murda is 4 seconds up the road. Oh, and HW jumping off the finish line, having to miss all these guys who he just went away from. So now Nico getting absolutely crossed up by HW, who gets into him. What a cut. He's definitely getting banned again. He is not getting let into this main if that's how he's going to get in. He is not getting in this main. I mean, he already got a race ban for doing something similar. So, I think Ethan is the final chance spot with Jam right behind him. As obviously, HW, that is not going to be going over well with the admins. So, we're going to keep an eye on Ethan here as down goes HW. He's going to say this is him giving it up, but I call some BS. Oh, and Ethan and Jam getting into each other. I'm sure they don't know that HW is not going to make it no matter what. So these two are fighting for what they think is P5. Oh, as they both case the finish line. And Jam, oh my god, these two are just cleaning each other. And through goes Nico into P4 because of it. All right, Jam, everyone just doesn't care about cutting tracks apparently in this 250 class. Jam just missed the whole section. So I think with Jam cutting there, we'll see Nico might be in because of it. This is chaos, man. Like, I don't know. But we'll see. I think Nico might get in off of that because obviously we saw Jam just not even attempt to go around the corner after the finish crash and just cut across to the step on off as Nico cases, and here comes Ethan, who I think maybe that'd be final transfer depending on what they do with Jam. But Ethan and Nico fighting hard here as Murda just got the whole shot and looking to check out. But Ethan, I got Nico, Dr. Gio, Dennis, And then Kanan's. Alrighty. K-Mac, this is what I was talking about. You can't really see it too well, but he's got a number 91 of the stock in-game numbers, along with a custom bike. You'll love to see it from Dennis. Getting the double 91 is Dr. Gio and Nico are down in the whoops. We'll see if these two can make the Supercross triple. They go for it. Barely make it. Just clean. And then we got Ethan on the back of Jam. We'll see if he could just pass him out right here. He's got him on cuts already from that finish line crash. There's 2 laps to go here, as it looks like Murda's going to come across, take the white flag. We're going to keep an eye on this. I think Ethan has it for now because HW, I know for sure, will not be let into that main event if they see that cut. But Ethan went down there, and then we see Dennis moving forward. Nobody clipped, but I could definitely tell you he went from that tabletop to the end of the whoop section without even going around it, Ols. So if nobody did clip, I for sure can see it, and I could definitely rewind the stream. I could definitely rewind the stream and clip that for you to get it for sure. So we'll see. I think so. So but down he goes. So talking about him just trying to get in, and oh my god, everybody is struggling in this corner here for some reason. Yeah, and then Jam also cut. He just went from basically right here, just cut straight across to this table. Don't know if you saw that one, Ols, but I'll let you decide what happened with that. As Ethan is behind Jam because of it, as more mistakes happen, Murda just crossed the finish line right there. He gets the LCQ win. We got WJ. Sorry, this isn't as much of like looking around at anyone, but you know, a lot of chaos going with people cutting and crossing the finish line. So HW gone, disqualified, just like that. And looks like Jam is going to cross line P4. And Ethan is going to be P5. I don't know what is going to happen with that. Dennis is going to be P6. And then we're going to have Nico come across P7 here with K9's doing a backflip, landing it, almost landing it. And then we see Keelan. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with like Jam his cut. I don't. Who knows? Who knows? I could probably find out. We'll see. Dumbasses, 250 riders. Am I right? Fuck, I'm turning into Reed, man. Can't be me. Alright, well, we got the 250 man. Let's see, we got Bad Billy, Zach, Humbo, Sharpo, Aaron, Valentine, Waffle, Lanzin, Yoda, Brad, Nicholas, Slipasek, Cloud, Leo, KSC, Zaire, Ethan, Froxy, WJ, Murda, Redo, Jam. Yeah, that's your 22 going into this main event. Revs are up. Brad all the way on the inside. We'll see what he could do here. Gates down. Someone looping in there. It's Aaron. And all the way on that side, looks like Redo's getting a good jump. He's going to get pushed wide, though, and sneaking up the inside is going to be Nicholas and Valentine, who cases Lipasek into P2 early here. And Nicholas goes down, Lipasek in the lead, and Brad following him, just like the heat race. These guys 1 and 2 with KFC just behind him. With Sharpo going over the bar, Zaire getting squeezed to the left by KFC, and through comes Lanzin. And it is Liposek leading the way, same as he did in his heat race. Even though there was 2 starts, he still made both of them, and that makes it 3 for 3 somehow. Tonight, what a cut by KSC, just absolutely launching off the side of the track. Gaining a few spots there. He gets to having to check up there, so it might have equaled out. Not too sure, but he did get a bunch of cuts from it. It looks like Sharpo is stuck on the side of the track there after going down, so Leo is in P4. As Murda is in P3 right now, right behind Brad, who cases, goes down, Murda down the inside, actually front flips, lands it, and here comes his teammate of KFC and Leo. As KFC moves him out the way, Brad tries to square up too many people down the inside, and he gets in the back of Zaire. Down he goes. And here comes Lanson and Froxy. Down the inside goes Brad to protect, cannot hold it together, and Froxy's going to get by him as well. So Brad is just losing places, getting overtaken many times, squeezes Froxy to the outside to give him no room to try and make a pass. Gets the triple lance and doesn't. Ethan cases right there. And then these guys all get in the triples. There goes Zaire and Leo up ahead of them. So going for the double, triple. And he's going to go for the triple on as those 2 case. Gets it on, off. Almost goes for the step over. And then Froxy looking down the inside. Backs out. Goes for the Supercross triple. He's going to case it maybe. Oh, just barely cased it. He's going to hold on. Lipsek still leading with Murda in P2. But this is your battle here. Team, the East Coast fight. So it is Liposek, Murda, then we got KFC, then we see Zaire, Brad, and Froxy. Your top 5, or sorry, top 6. It's Zaire, mistake there. Can't get it. Froxy cases, and Leo's going to jump by both of them, get a 2-for-1 right there. We'll see. Zaire cuts under him, kind of forces him wide, but Leo playing good defense. Cut under again for Zaire. Froxy down the right-hand side, moves him, takes him down, and sends him into Zaire. Down he goes. Zaire somehow stays up, but Froxy still being just as dirty of a rider as ever. He's not afraid to make the aggressive pass here. And he got it done to move into, looks like, P5. So getting the double from the inside, then he's going to go for triple. Does he get the triple on cleanly like Brad ahead of him? He does. And through they go. So we're going to go up ahead just a tiny bit. We got Brad. And then now we see Liposek, your leader, who we haven't looked at much, but he is slowly charging. He had a lot of top 4s, a few top 5s in there. But he is holding on steady in this championship. I do believe he is a West rider. I could be completely wrong on that. It's so hard to remember these West guys, as I have not seen them since Seattle, I do believe. So, because I did not get to be here for Birmingham. Oh, a mistake from Liposek. And then here comes Murda, who is a West Coast title championship favorite. With Ken's missing, this is his chance to capitalize all the points. He has 39 down, and he's looking to bring it down to 14 if he gets the win here. So he's got Liposek right ahead of him. We'll see if he can catch up to him and make a pass for the lead. You see all bunch of riders in the background. Someone's bike goes slipping. That is Zaire's on that Nova machine. But just barely getting these triples, these 250 riders, so they are struggling. KFC not too far behind. So now we just got to wait and see if KFC can catch up. But Murda trying to apply the pressure onto Liposek. He's around the outside to get a good drive through the whoops here. Murda goes more middle. It's actually quicker through the whoops there for him. Does he get it cleanly? He does. He's going to go middle rut here. And then through they go in the switchback section. So Liposek holding on strong. He's going inside. Murda's going middle. Both get it cleanly. Now we got to wait and see if Murda can catch up here. So down the inside they go. Murda closing in. KFC is following him. Try to catch up on Brad. Gain as much points as he can. I think it's all his 4 down coming into this race. Around the outside they go to get the Supercross triple. Brad closing in slowly. They're only a third of the way done with this main event. Outside for Murda. Gonna go on, off, get the triple cleanly, and then through the whoops they go. Oh, mistake for Murda. KFC gets a better drive down the left-hand side. Do they both get it cleanly? KFC barely cases. That's going to cost him a tiny bit of time, but now it is a 3-way battle for the lead here. And Brad not too far behind, so if these guys keep battling, Brad is going to close in here, make it a 4-rider battle with Liposek leading with Murda. Murda going around the outside, has to check up, tries to go underneath of him. Oh, Liposek's internet messing with him again, but he gets the triple cleanly. Murda down the right-hand side for him. Looking down the inside, runs into him, jumps over him, down goes Murda, and KFC's going to move into P2, and now he has Brad right behind him. So he's looking to make a pass for the lead, and unfortunately, I think he just might have clipped Liposek barely jumping over him, and it made him go down, and now KFC is looking to go for the lead here. Down the inside, he kind of missed the rut, so he's barely going to case the finish line. Down the middle rut they go, though, going for the on-off still triple. And then through the whoop section they go. They're coming up to their first bit of lap. He's off the track. We'll see if KFC gets a better drive. It's a tiny bit better. Both able to scrub the Supercross triple. Keep it clean. Down the inside goes KFC. Does he make a harsh pass? He does. Gets into him. Good block pass from KFC. Both of them staying up. And now Liposek is in P2 with KFC leading here. Both getting the on-off clean. Let's see if KFC can run away with this. It's going to help him big time. It's going to, as of right now, promote him into the points lead by 1 point. So see just what he can do. But KFC leading still. He's got Liposek, then Brad, and then Murda is down to P4. So Case from Liposek out of the rhythm section. Brad going middle rut. Case of the triple for Liposek. Brad gets through. Murda barely avoids him, gets through into P3. So they're coming up to lap Waffle Slayer on that Yamaha. So see how KFC gets around him off Slayer. Holding a straight line. He's not going to get the Supercross triple. And KFC's going to get on by him. So now he has Brad. Looks like Murda had trouble into the whoops. Coming from off the track to get it. Lipasek checked up to not run into him. So now it is KFC and Brad. And then we got Murda and Lipasek here. So now we just got to keep an eye go for the on-offs. Now Brad has to get past Waffle Slayer here. And then we'll see what these guys can do here. If Brad can close on in. He has KFC right ahead of him. The two teammates. KFC, remember, he barely made it in through his heat race. He got 9th in his heat race. So just barely avoiding that LCQ. And now he got a better start. And now he's up front. But Brad is closing in. Oh my god, the lappers are killing each other. That is Cloud and Sharpo. Luckily for these guys, they don't have to deal with that. Oh. Mistake for Brad through the whoop, so he has to go double single. Waffle Slayer closing in on him. Backs out of it, doesn't battle him. Good for Waffle being a good lapper. He's not trying to, get side by side with Brad like most lappers in this game will do. Oh, and he almost steps over on accident for Brad, so even more mistakes. And Waffle Slayer, as a lapper, can be pretty frustrating whenever you're having good lines and the leader's right ahead of you because you don't want to pass them, but you are going quicker, so they're just holding you up because of their mistakes. So Brad, we'll see what he can do. If he can catch back up to KFC, who has started to pull away just a tiny bit. It's up to 3 seconds now with 6 minutes and a lap to go. And that is Redo, who's a lapper, going down the inside to get Brad the rest of the track. And then KFC just up the road here. We're going to go back to find Lipasek, wherever he is, as he's battling with Murda still. They're 14 seconds back, so the two East Coast riders out front, the two championship rivals, are pulling away from these guys. As Murda, he got second at Birmingham as Lipasek almost over the bars at the end of the whoops, has to go single-double. But yeah, Murda got second at last East-West Showdown, which was at Birmingham. Oh my god, almost getting taken out by a lapper hopping on track. Sharpo and Cloud are just fighting here. Don't know if these guys have gotten together multiple times, so I don't know if there's intentional takeouts going on between these two that might ruin it, as that we've gone back to that battle and Brad has taken the lead, so KFC either gotten in with some lappers or went down. So he somehow lost the lead to Brad, so he had a good chance of clawing back to maybe just 1 point or even a points lead after this round. And now he's sitting P2 and he's going to lose even more points to Brad, which I think brings it up to 7. To see it scroll across the board. Yeah, he's 4 points back going into this round, so it'd bring it up to 7 when it would have been down to just 1 point. So KFC had a perfect chance to beat Brad, as Brad is now figuring out, Supercross. He's always been good outdoors, won the 250 title last year, won the SMX title, and now he's trying to win a 3rd championship in a row of a Supercross title. So we'll see just how far he can pull. He's up to 3 seconds as they're lapping Humbo. And there's KFC. Now we're going to go back to Murda, who would be getting 20 points, so that'd bring it down to 19 after this race. Kens is not racing. I assume it's probably due to real-life racing, maybe. But yeah, Kens is not racing. Luckily, he's 39 points ahead of Murda going into this round, so the closest that Murda can get it is 14 if he wins it. So that is it. But I mean, Ken's had a good shot at wrapping it up here. Maybe not with Murda getting P3, but he had a good shot of, even now, if the best Murda can get is a P3, like I said, it would put him 20 points, 19 behind Ken's, which would make Ken's only have to get, if he wins. Oh, and down he goes for Murda as now Lipasek. So that's going to, every time that Murda does not beat another rider like Lipasek here, that's going to add more points. So that's going to bring it down to another 2, so it's going to make it up to 21. So now if things ended right now, if Ken's won at Denver and Murda got P3, then Ken's would wrap up the title at Denver. So each position that he's not gaining, it's going to give Ken's a better shot at Denver to wrap it up around early. So we'll see what Murda can do. But he's got Lipasek right ahead of him. And I'm still looking. There's Frox. He's down in P6, you see, on timing and scoring. So, not the race he wanted, being 13 points down, especially being that close to Brad in the heat race. So, it's unfortunate for him. He's going to lose even more points. And Zach as well, who is third in the West Championship. Down in 16th. I think he's only gaining like 7 points on Ken's after this, which he's still 60 down, so he's going to be more than a full race behind. He had to gain 10, which is going to be close for him. But he might be 2 full races out after this one. But we're keeping an eye on this third place battle as Brad has now brought it out to almost 10 seconds over KSC. And Murda trying to gain those extra 2 points to help him, bring it down to the final round of the championship for that West Coast. With Ken's, his Liposek's internet still not being friendly with him there. Every now and then you see him kind of be a little sporadic, bounce a little more than some of these guys. That's his internet acting up, or just not being friendly with my internet, with me being an NA and all these EU guys fighting. I think Murda is Canadian, so he's one of the few NA guys racing this class. As there's Liposek able to get through the whoops. Murda gets it cleanly. I think Liposek might have a second of cuts. I could be wrong on that. No, he does not. They're actually equal. If they have any cuts, they would be equal on cuts. So just keep an eye on this. As now KFC it's down to 16 seconds behind Brad. So he's, I don't know if it's lappers or not, but he's slowly losing time to Brad out front, and it is not going to help him with a minute left to go. And Murda gets in the back of Liposek, does not go down. Takes one to know one, Reed, so I think you're in there too, bud. But Murda, struggling here. He's got to get past Liposek. Got into the back of him there a little bit, we saw. But now he has to close on in. As now he goes around the outside. Does he get a drive? Go to the on-off. Gets the triple down the inside. He goes, takes the line away, and Murda is into P3, giving him an extra 2 points to bring it back down to 19. Behind Kansas, Liposek over the bars. Oh my God, 2020 Jet Lawrence right there. Looking to replicate that. He did just that after the whoops. So Murda right behind Cloud here, who is a lapper. He's only 7 seconds behind KFC, so if KFC gets held up by those lappers a little bit more, then Murda is going to maybe have a shot at getting a P2 here. Crazy work there, Reed. Someone most interested might think they're in there if they're looking that hard at the files. But Murda, see if he catches up to KFC. I don't think he is. It's actually 3 seconds. His time has expired. I want to go see where KFC is because I don't feel like it is that close. Yeah, he's that far ahead. So he's it's about 5 seconds. So he should hold on. But it is last lap. No real battles going on. So we're going to watch the points leader of East Coast, Brad, couldn't get it done in the first Who's That Showdown. Ken's is not here, so now he's looking to make up for it. Through the whoops he goes. He's got the Supercross triple. Hey, man. Don't cut, and I won't have to call it out. But Brad, through the final lap, he's got the single. 2 more rhythms to go in the Supercross triple. Brad gets the triple. Gets this cleanly around the lapper. He's going to take the inside. Sharpo, what a guy. What a guy. Definitely not racing next week, I can tell you that much. But Brad, he had a big enough lead to where it did not matter. It's the final lap of the East-West Showdown here at St. Louis. And for the East Coast, Brad still proving why he's the points leader. Better than the rest of them. Pulled away by 25 seconds. And Brad is your winner for the East-West Showdown down here in St. Louis for round number 12. I think that is round 6 for him. See Zyra coming across. And then there is KFC. He's going to come across. Well, he's down, but he's going to push the bike across. Barely backwards. Going to get P2. As Murda was not close enough. So P3 for Murda. With all the cuts, he almost had KFC there. And then there's Cloud coming across. Liposec P4. See Aaron P5. And then Froxy's going to come across to P6. Wow. Lapping all the way up to P8 in the East-West Showdown. So now that would put Brad, it's an extra 3 points, so he's 7 points ahead of KFC. Let's see, that is 5, 7, 8, 9 extra points ahead of Froxy. That put him up to 22 back. And Murda gaining 20 points. That put him 19 points behind Ken's going into Denver for the West Coast, which would mean if Ken's wins, Murda has to get P4. Right? Yeah, because that's 7 points. Yeah, so if Murda does not get on the podium, then Ken's would wrap it up around early if he does not get on the podium next week. Or next round in Denver. But that is your 250 race. All right. 450's up. We got Cam, TJ, Boyd, Neon, Jake, Aiden, JS7, Reed, Miles, Davey, Linz, R2, Chase, Callum, Dorian Merritt, Ashford, Pickle, Trojan, Dylan, Rux, Dizzle, and Laurent Dumois. Down the inside, we have Cam and TJ on the Moto Academy machines. Cam looping his Larry out, and Aiden gets absolutely sent wide. And then we got Neon getting the whole shot with TJ. JS7. Trojan is up here. Looks like TJ had a mistake of his own. But, there we go. We got Neon leading early here with JS7 right behind him. Getting the step over. Then we got Jake, TJ, Davey, Trojan, Cam, and Dorian Merritt. All these guys easily getting the Supercross triple compared to 250s except for Davey and Trojan apparently, and Linz. Oh my god, never mind. Everyone's casing that thing. But still, Neon leading early. Here comes JS7 right behind him trying to make a pass. With Jake and TJ following in pursuit. Looks like JS7 got a little squirrely at the end of the whoops, but able to hold on steady as Neon is just up ahead of him. So down the inside, everyone casing in the background. Someone's doing backflip. I think that is Linz. It is. So, oh my god. Oh, hold on, TJ. Oh, down he goes. Front tire did not touch that table while his back tire didn't. It just sent him for a ride. See Reed, Callum, Dizzle, and then we finally see Cam back here with Aiden and Dorian Merritt as Dylan almost get ran into by Aiden. But down the right-hand side he goes. Going to have the inside Cam right behind him. Dylan just absolutely sends it down the inside. So does Cam, but he gets stuck. So Aiden is barely able to hold on there. We'll see if he can get by Dylan with Dorian Merritt just on his outside. He's going to have the middle rut here. Takes it, runs to the back of Dylan. Chase and Ashford off the side of the track. And Case for Aiden does a backflip. Oh my god, he bounced so high he got hit by Cam. So Cam is even further back than he wants to be with TJ out here early. It is Jake in P3 who is P2 in points. He's 32 points back from Cam. So we'll see if Cam can work his way forward. If not, this is going to be a big point save for Jake to try and close in here and make the title interesting with 5 rounds to go after this. But it is still Neon leading early. Then you got 2 Element FXR boys of JS7 and Jake. And then you got TJ in that P4 spot with, looks like Callum moving up to P5 past Reed in P6. Dizzle up to P7 now with Davey P8. So now we got to wait and see how far ahead Dizzle can catch up to these guys with Davey right behind him. And Reed just up ahead of him as Davey cases the Supercross triple. Looks like J7 might get a drive through the loops on Neon here, but couldn't. So we'll see what he can do. He has to follow him here. There's a bunch of riders that we see back here. It's got Linz, Pickle, R2, Ashford, Cam, Aiden, Trojan, with Aiden leading the way here. Trojan just up ahead of him. We'll see if Cam can get a drive down the right-hand side. He could not. He had to back out of it. And then we got Ashford and Linz looking down the right-hand side of him. Makes the pass. Cam makes the block pass on Aiden. And down the inside goes Cam to protect the inside. Linz tried to make a move there, could not make it happen. So Aiden is now second on this big train as it's all kind of thinned out here. With, it looks like Ashford going down in the background and Linz trying to catch up to Aiden now. But going back up front, you see Reed and Dizzle battling still. But all the way back up front, it looks like Jake got by JS7, who had a mistake at the finish line. Has a mistake there of getting the on-off. So Jake is up into P2 now, which helps us out even more in this championship. But we all know how Cam is. He'll always move forward all the way to the very end. He's clawed his way back up to P5 after being almost dead last 10 minutes into a main event. So we'll see if he could do it one more time. But Neon's still leading here early, trying to get his first victory of the season. I think it'll be his first 450 win as well. I could be completely wrong on that, but just have to wait and see. As Neon holding on strong with Jake and JS7 keeping it close. And then they got a big lead to Callum and Reed, as they're all going down the inside to go for just the double line. So keep an eye out front. It is still Jake trying to close in on Neon. All going inside. So nobody's going for a quad that was kind of being speculated early on in the night, as Jake cases a step on. Heck yeah, P5. You'd love to see that. But now we got to keep an eye as there's JS7, and they go all the way back again to Callum, who's a little sideways in loops. He's able to crowd back together with Reed right behind him. And then you got TJ, and then Davey. Looks like we have lost Dizzle as Cam, Aiden, Trojan. There is Dizzle struggling to get back on track through loops. He goes with Linz down the left-hand side of him. The Unks facing off. Dualies from both of them as Linz cases. And now Miles just behind Linz now. Miles is slowly getting quicker through the course of the season. Got a top 5 in qualifying, I think, last week. Maybe a couple weeks ago. But down the inside he goes on Dizzle. And makes pass just like that. So, there's Davey barely getting over. Then we see Cam already up to P8 after it looks like a disastrous start. It only took him a couple minutes to go from, I think, P15 up to P8. With Aiden now just behind him, almost landing on him. But keeping it clean. And then they got Trojan right behind him as Cam mistake in the turn. Aiden, Trojan, we'll see if Linz can even get by. Has to go around the outside of him. Does. Trojan makes a mistake on that on-off, and now Linz is going to be right behind him. As through the whoops they go. Does Linz get a better drive going to the right-hand side? Always a little sketchy in these whoops with the little notches that Stone Rider puts in them, and he could not make the move. So Trojan is still going to hold on here for that P9 with Linz in P10. Down the inside goes Linz. Can he make the pass? He could not. Trojan gets a better drive, and they'll have the inside for this next corner with Cam right behind him. So they're both going inside here. It looks like everyone's trying to go inside. Sorry. So you see the 250 guys going outside there. But down, looks like the outside Lindsay might have to square up. He does not enough for it. But he's going to scrub lower on the left-hand side, and the Trojan cutting over. He's going to go on-off as Linz goes step over triple to the outside. Cam follows him down the inside. 3 of them across this middle rut for Linz. Cam mistakes, so he falls back. And now Linz down left-hand side of Trojan makes the pass. Gets the on-off, and that is going to put him up into P9 now. So now see if he can move forward anymore. Just go up, see Davey. And then we see Reed, TJ, Callum battling here with JS7 for P3 as TJ gets in the back of him, so now we have to deal with Reed as Callum gets past JS7 for that P3 spot. But Reed closing in, looking to get another podium, I think, after he might have got one last week. I could be completely remembering wrong. I forget what I have for lunch the day beforehand, so I could be completely wrong on that. But Jake still, putting the pressure on Neon, and Neon is not folding as TJ jumps off track there. We'll see if that's enough for cuts. As you got, looks like Callum and JS7. Oh, JS7 getting into the tough blocks. Down he goes. Does Reed avoid him? He does. And number 20 machine, and through he goes on JS7. So that is up into P5 for Reed now. As now it is Neon on the SRT machine. We got Jake on Element FXR, and then Callum and TJ on Moto Academy. And then we got Reed on that Black Rifle No Fear machine. See just what they could do. Then you see Aiden, Linz, and Cam back here with Trojan and Chase on that TSCZ Productions machine. Looks like Cam might have a better drive down the left-hand side of Linz. He has to go double, and then he's going to trip into the corner compared to Linz doubling into the corner. So it's about even there. Could not square him up enough. So he's going to be behind him here. Linz goes for the step on compared to Cam's step over, and Cam's going to jump right on by him down the inside. And it looks like Jake had a mistake because now he's 3 seconds back from Neon. So they get Neon off cleanly. We're almost halfway into this main event here. So we're seeing all kinds of battles through this main event. Looks like someone had some mistakes. It was Boy, who we've seen battle for a couple podiums. I think he got one in Daytona. So this is just either not his track or not his night. It is a very fast and small track. Not a lot of different lines to be had. But TJ getting passed by Reed here in a P4. Step over triple. Let me watch this battle first, and then I'll show those guys in the back. See if anything happens between these two. With TJ going middle, Reed going inside. Step on, off. Triple in the corner. TJ backs out of it. Tries to get a drive-through loops. Mistake. And Reed over the bars. Down he goes. We got another. Oh, ooh. Got another. Oh, and down he goes there. Another Jet Lawrence impersonator. My God. And then we see Cam getting past Aiden and Davey there. So Cam slowly but surely moving forward. See Dorian Merritt. There's Rux. And then we see R2 only on that Evoke machine. And then it looks like Neon is struggling with some lappers here. Ashford might have been one of them. But he got around Dylan. Has to get around Laurent. But now he lost almost 4 seconds behind the lappers here with Jake closing in now. So yeah, like I said, 32 points behind is Jake. So right now, let's see, that'd be 2, 4, 5, 6. A total of 7 points is what he would gain. So I'd bring it down to 25. If he gets into the lead now, that'd bring it an extra 3. So I'd bring it down to 22. So we'll see if Jake can get past Neon here. But I suspect Cam is going to gain a few more positions, maybe up to about 5th place. Maybe a little more depending on some mistakes. So if Jake gets in the lead, that would be an 8-point gain for him, which would bring it down to 24 if he wins this. But then you take away the 3 of Cam getting up to P5, and that would bring it from 24 up to 27 behind. As looks like Neon almost getting the back of R2. R2 moves out the way. We'll see if he gets out of the way of Jake too. Jake going down the inside. He does back out of the challenge. So these two barely squeaking by the lappers. You see Dylan in the background off the track. Getting the on-off. Down the inside gets the triple-double cleanly. So Neon's still leading this thing. We got 12 minutes in. Remember, he started off the year with the P2. Had some troubles after that. And then at Daytona, the game decided to force him to retire after he crossed the finish line on the second lap of the race. And that has kind of ruined his championship hopes of even having a shot at a podium here, as he's had to claw his way back ever since. But this one would definitely help him with Jake following in pursuit, which would also help him in his points. As now Cam is already up to P5. He's making so many moves on these guys. As, where do we catch him? There's JS7. And then we see Cam ahead of Reed. So Cam not only passing Reed helps him out, but it also helps his teammate of TJ getting closer back in, or maybe back into that P3 spot in the championship. I'd have to look again just to be sure. But Reed is in that P3 spot, but he is 80 points back. So it's safe to say he's pretty much out of this title fight unless Cam and Jake both miss a couple rounds. But Neon bringing out the gap once again. It's almost up to 3 seconds. So these, kind of tight, more simple tracks tend to suit Neon You know, he normally can get a decent jump out of the gate, and then, you know, he just, all the consistency is helping him out here on that number 11 machine. Jake losing touch, it's up to 3.5 now, so then we go back a little bit. There's TJ, and he goes down on the finish line. We'll see if JS7 is close enough. He is not, but a bunch of lappers that TJ probably works so hard to get by, get right on by him. As there goes Cam jumping by JS7, who had a single the finish line, so he's already up to P4 with 5 minutes to go. He might even have a shot at TJ if he puts on the afterburners. Might get a shot at a podium here, but he's up to P4. Just like that. And that only makes Jake gain 4 points when he was looking at gaining over 10 at the early stages of this thing. Or only 10 not even 5 minutes ago, so gaining 4 points would put him down to 28 back. If he could get TJ, which he is closing in rapidly, with TJ having to get around all these lappers who are fighting for position. Going on the outside of Ashford. Hoping he just checks up as he does have a gap. Oh, and he almost landed a little sideways on the finish, and now he's going to go through all the ruts, and he's going to lose tons of time, get in the back of Laurent, and down he goes. And here comes Cam that's going to give him a P3 as TJ is struggling to get around lappers who just are not letting him go by easily. Cam getting a little squirrely, able to hold on. It might have been a little bit of net code that showed him getting squirrely, but he's right behind his teammate at TJ. Has him on cuts, so now that is only a 2-point gain for Jake, which would bring it down to 30 when he was looking like it only being a 20-point lead. Like I said, not even 5 minutes ago. So Cam always with these late race charges closing in on him. I don't know if he has enough to catch up to Jake with that being 20 seconds, but he could definitely get TJ as Laurent and looks like Ashford are battling. Scrubbing here, both get the step over. Gets a triple into the corner. Supercross triple they come. Here comes to Ashford. TJ splitting both of them, basically forcing them to get out of his way. And Laurent misses a rut. And he kind of took TJ down as he kind of moved TJ out of the middle rut. I know TJ is not very happy right now with either Ashford or Laurent Dumois, as Cam gets by him pretty easily. Oh, and never mind. Down he goes. So those two, oh my God, those two are just struggling with the lappers of Ashford and Laurent as they're both trying to take each other out now. So, I mean, we'll see. TJ looks like he's going to try to get by him. Oh my God, Ashford checking up at the almost wrong time. Cam gets by Laurent. And now these two can finally be free of those two lappers. We're just hindering both of their race pace and costing him time. As now Chase is slowly closing in here on Cam and TJ. From that, it looks like Linz is battling Reed. Off the track he goes. Down the inside. Oh, takes out JS7 on accident. Just from jumping off the track. So Linz gets past both of them. But now we go back to see if Cam could get back by TJ, as TJ does have some cuts. So let's see just how close he could get here. But 3 minutes remaining here in this 450 main event. Getting the on-off cleanly, double onto the start, go to the single down the inside. The track is not eroding as much as, you know, you normally see. In past races, I don't know if they turn it down or just because these guys, most of the time, they're not hitting the ruts, so it's just not forming in the ruts. Could be just the road being weird on, like, flat surfaces. Here you can kind of see it, but really it doesn't look like it's forming as much as it normally does. As TJ hopping off track once again. So we'll see if Cam goes in. TJ mistaking the whoops. Can't get the Supercross triple, and Cam is going to get by him into P3. And it took him a long while, about 3 minutes, almost 4 laps. But he finally gets by his teammate into P3. And that helps him only lose 2 points to Jake if he can't catch up to him by the end of this, which, with the way Cam rides in this game and the way how this game is when it comes to late races in a road, Don't count anything out yet for Cam catching up to Jake. Getting the step over cleanly. And getting that. So we're going to go off of this battle for a little bit. Try to find some more in the back. There's Chase. Up to P5 now. So good ride for Chase. Ashford is a lapper. R2 is a lapper. Laurent as a lapper. And then we see Reed in P6. And it looks like Miles up to P7. 8th for Linz. 9th for Callum. And 10th for Trojan. 11th for JS7, who was P3 for so long. So we're going to keep an eye on these guys. See if anything changes here. Give some more guys farther down the top 10 a little bit of love. Seems we're so often watching, Cam, TJ, Jake, Neon, and, those guys in the top 5 so much. Callum, I think he got into the tough blocks a little bit and almost went over the bars, but he barely saved it. I think nope, that is a lapper. So Lynn's still trying to work on Miles here, with Trojan now looking to work on Callum. I think Trojan and Linz are maybe tied for points. That could have been a couple rounds ago. But Linz looking down the inside of Miles, gets the triple cleanly. Miles does not, sends it, barely cases, but Linz is going to take that spot away. P7, he might have cuts though. And we'll see if Trojan can get by Callum here. His time is bound to expire for your leader. Triple on off. Gets the Supercross triple cleanly. And there's R2 only down as a lapper. So it looks like TJ has lost touch with his teammate of Cam. But we've kind of seen some of the others. There's Laurent down as a lapper. Don't know if he can catch Reed. Who won 250s? It was Brad won, KSC P2, and then Murda P3. Linz is riding the gas. There's Cam. Let's see. Where's Jake? There's Jake. Oh, we see Dizzle getting lap, but we're going to go up to Neon, who's just ahead of Jake. It's only 4 seconds, but last lap. Couple more turns to go. See just what he can do. Barely misses the inside rut. I don't know if Jake is close enough. He's got to go through 2 more rhythms and the final Supercross triple. See if he might be trying to settle down and not catch up to those lappers and have any problems with them. It's triple. Does he get the step over cleanly? He does. Triple into the corner. He's got a Supercross triple to go. Maybe too little, too late for the championship, but it finally happened. It took 12 rounds, and Neon getting a moto victory or a main event victory here in Supercross at round 12 in St. Louis. 12 rounds from his podium to begin the year at Anaheim. And he's now got the victory here at round 12 in St. Louis, beating Jake by 3 seconds and Cam, bringing it down to 14 when it was almost 25 seconds with 5 minutes to go, maybe a little less, about 3 minutes to go. With TJ getting P4, it's going to be Chase coming across the line in P5. It's going to be a P6 for Reed, with Linz right behind him in P7. And it looks to be a P8 for Miles, Callum, maybe P9. We'll see what they come across the line. Looks like Trojan barely losing to Miles. So Miles P8, Trojan 9, Callum 10, JS7 11. Aiden is going to come across in P12. Dorian Merritt 13th. 14th for Boy, 15th for Davey, and then you see all the lappers from Dizzle down to Dylan. So, points. Jake still P2, even though he got P2 tonight. Gains 2 points, so it brings him down to 30 behind Cam. And then Reed will go, let's see, that is 2, 3, 4 points, so he's up to 84. I think he is still P2, as he only lost 2 points to TJ. Let me double check it just real quick how far ahead of TJ he was. Yep, because he is 5 points ahead of TJ and he only lost 2 points. So now TJ is 3 points behind Reed for that P3 and the points. I think Trojan is still going to be P5. as Linz fell down the order a little bit with those back-to-back bad rides, but Linz jumps back up to P6. Yeah, he only beat Trojan by 2, so that puts him 5 points behind Trojan for P5 in the championship. So those are kind of your rundown on points. Thank you guys for showing up. See, we're getting more of you back again. But yeah, I want to say thank y'all. We'll be here for next week at Nashville. Ooh, Nashville. First time going back there since 2019, I do believe. I could be completely wrong on that, but yeah, we're going to Nashville, and then we got Cleveland, Triple Crown, Philly, and then we go back west for Denver, and then a Swiss Showdown in Salt Lake City. So that's the rest of your series. Thank you, boys, for showing up. I don't stream NA. That would be special media. Or if you're just looking, whenever you go back to Twitch, go to the MX Bikes category and sort by highest to lowest, and then you'll see him on there. But yeah, he streams NA. I stream EU. I don't stream GPs because I got work, and I am from NA. So, but yeah, until next week, I'll see you guys then. It was fun commentating the races once again. But yeah, peace. Good luck to everyone racing NA, and hopefully y'all enjoyed it.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized